In the last episode, we styled our page and we created a form. And in this episode, we are going to start writing a PHP script that saves input fields of a user. And also, in the next couple of episodes, we're going to work on a PHP script that registers users in our database. So inside our includes folder, let's create a new file and let's call it register-inc.php. I added a dash because we already have a UI with the name register, so I don't want to confuse you. So the register-inc.php will be the place where we are going to create our script. So what we need to do now is to go to our register.php and we need to set the action to includes/register-inc.php. So whenever the submit button is clicked, we will refer to the register-inc.php page where we will be doing some error handlers and see if there are any problems in the form. So let's go to our register.inc and let's create opening and closing PHP tags. And let me zoom in a little bit. And like I said in the previous episodes, you do not need to have a closing PHP tag because on this page we're only going to focus on PHP code. And you only need a closing PHP tag whenever you're working inside HTML code. But since I've actually done this in the last couple of episodes, I will do it here as well. So the first thing that we're going to do is to check if a user has clicked the button. Since it's possible for users to access the page without clicking the button. So if you go to my URL and remove register.php and after the backslash we're writing includes/register-inc.php, we got redirected to the backend of this page, and that's, well, not what we want. So therefore, we actually need to do some checks before we continue on. And before we continue on, well, let's go back to the register page. And in our PHP tags, let's create an if statement to see if the user have clicked the button with the isSet function. And since our method in our register.php is equal to post, we want to check for the post method with a $_post set of brackets, and in single quotes we want to check for submit because the type of the button is submit and we actually need to set the name equal to submit as well. I think I actually forgot this in the last episode. So now that we have added this, we know that the user came here the legit way and by not changing the URL. Let me zoom out a little bit because I think it's a little bit too much. So what we need to do now is to call our connection from the database. And before we continue on, let me give you a reminder. In our includes folder we have database.php, so let's click on it. And I'm actually seeing something that I could do better. So let's copy the die function and let's add an exclamation mark right in front of variable con, because true becomes false now, and we can place our die function right inside the if and we can remove the else. This looks way better because it's not good to have an if statement without anything inside of it. So let's save it. Let's go back to our register. And whenever the button is clicked, we want to require our database connection. So let me add a comment, add database connection. And let's say require, single quotes, semicolon, database.php. And since we are already inside the includes folder, we do not need to use it in front of database.php. So right now, we have access to a variable con. And what we want to do now is to fetch the information from the form when a user registers on the website. And in order to do that, we actually need to do the same thing as we did in the condition of the if statement. So the post method. And with the post method, we want to grab information from the form. So let's create a variable called username because, well, the first input field is username. Now let's set it equal to the post method. So $_post, brackets, and inside the brackets, we want to grab the username because in our register form, you can see that the name is equal to username. So we're grabbing that username. And let's end it with a semicolon. And the same thing needs to be done for the password and confirm password. So let's copy paste it 2 more times. change the second variable to password, and the name is equal to password, and the confirm password is confirm password. So let's change it. Password, and the last one is confirm password, and the variable name is confirm pass. So what we're doing right here is taking the information that's inputted in input field username, password, and confirm password, and we're setting it equal to a variable called username, password, and confirm password. In the next episode, I want to start working on some error handlers so we could tell a user what went wrong. So thank you for watching this episode, and I will be seeing you in the next one.